What up, y'all? In the recent Koala Sampler update, you can now use the app to trigger external MIDI devices. In this case, we're going to use Koala Sampler to trigger sounds inside of the OP1 Field via Bluetooth. So in order to set that up, we are going to first go into Koala Sampler, go to Settings, go to MIDI, go to MIDI Bluetooth, and we're going to look for the OP1 Field. We don't see it right now, so on the OP1 Field, we're going to go into Shift, Com, and this is going to allow us to advertise our OP1 Field as a MIDI device via Bluetooth. We hit the blue button. Now we see the OP1 Field connected. And now the OP1 Field is acting as a Bluetooth MIDI device that can be triggered, that can trigger sounds, and that it can also be triggered as an instrument inside of the Koala Sampler. So on Koala Sampler, what we want to do is set one of these pads to a MIDI device. So we go into Samples, we go into More, we go to Midi Out, drag it onto one of the empty pads, and then now we should be able to hear the OP1 triggered. If we don't hear anything triggered, you go to Edit in the sample window, select OP1 LE Bluetooth, which is the OP1 Field, and we can hear the sounds. In order to trigger individual notes, make sure that you select that particular pad, go to the keyboard, and choose the pad you want to trigger. You are able to play different notes on that particular instrument. I like this method because you can choose different presets, and also you can also edit the MIDI notes, so you're not stuck to an arrangement. If you trigger the wrong sound or whatever, with audio you have to start all over normally, or be creative with your editing a little bit, as opposed to with MIDI you have a little bit more flexibility to remove notes without having to delete the entire passage of sound. With the Koala Sampler, you have different layouts you can choose to trigger notes. And then you also have different scales you can choose. So yeah, that's just various methods when using the Koala Sampler to trigger the OP1. So let's record a sequence into Koala Sampler. Now what I like too with this method, you can use the OP1 as a triggering device too, to record sounds into Koala Sampler. Said before, you can go into the MIDI notes and say you hit the wrong key. Sometimes the notes do get stuck if you trigger the wrong button at the wrong time, or if you're switching parameters. So just keep that in mind. Also, you can change our instruments, which is pretty cool. You can change the sound, which is cool too. The only downside I would say into this whole method is, like I said, it's stuck. So outside of that, it's a really fun method to create a plastic sound with OP1. The only downside I would say is that, like I said, notes get stuck, so I would recommend to just resample. And depending on how you resample, I have mine just hit the button and then it'll start. It's in record mode, but if I hit play, it should record. Depending on how you just want to make sure you normalize it. So yeah, like I said, that's just one method into recording MIDI notes into the Koala sampler via the OP1 Field and vice versa. I like this method. It's a really dope update. Shout out to Merrick for the dope update, and yeah, just mess around with it. There's a ton of things you can do with it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Peace.